Hi, everyone. Different sort of Substack. This was a little bit uncomfortable, but something that I felt that I needed to be said because I'm sort of touting what I've done or talking about myself. So, but anyway, I think this is important because I think it's a lesson. There are lessons here for everyone. And that is we have reached 750,000 subscribers. And I believe that you need to celebrate every single success. And we have done it on our own as an independent media company. Really, a lot of it has been our success has been sheer force. We willed it into existence. So what a year. This is what I want to put here to show you. Bet on yourself. What this year has taught me and what a year it has been. Okay, so I'm going to go through this and I just want to read some of it and I'm going to react to it. So when I first stepped into the world of streaming, there it is, 750,000 subscribers. There it is. So thank you from Don Lemon and the Don Lemon Show. When I first stepped into this wild world of streaming, it was 15 months ago now. I didn't even know what would happen. I had no roadmap. I had no guarantee that any of this would work. And I had just left CNN. I'd been there for nearly 17 years, almost 2 decades in corporate America. And let me just tell you, when you have spent that long inside a system with all the infrastructure, with all the security, all of that stuff, all of the steady rhythm of it, you're taught that to believe that the brand, the logo, the building, that's what matters, right? You get so indoctrinated into that. That's what matters. And then one day the building is no longer yours. That's what happened to me. The cameras, the sets, gone. The security badge doesn't work anymore. And all you've got left is yourself. All you have left is yourself. It was daunting for me, to say the least. I had no corporate net, no nightly platform, just my voice, a video camera, a deep conviction that there were still stories to tell and power to hold to account. And I also there were certain things that I could not do because contractually. So I had to figure out a way to make it work. But here's the thing. You're never really alone. You're never really alone. First and foremost, I had my husband, Tim, who never doubted for 1 second that I could take on this next chapter. I had my mom, my rock. I had my sister, Ema, watching me from above every day now. And every night she used to watch me then when I got started. And she's the one that told me that I was going to be bigger, she said, than when I was at CNN. Those were her words. And she said that she said, don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop what you're doing. And if you are a Lemonhead, or if you are part of the Lemon Nation, you know that my sister died in this year that I've been doing this. And she was my number one fan. But now I know she's my number one angel and guardian angel watching over me. And of course, I had my 3 dogs, Boomer, Barkley, and Gus Gus, keeping me grounded and keeping me laughing. And then I also had the people around me who believed in my success and my talent, who I had worked with before. And then I had this small team. I had some old friends, some new allies who believed that maybe, just maybe, we could build something new, something better, something that felt real. And so together, through trial, through error, through late nights, through long days, we built this community, and it's called the Lemon Nation. And it wasn't easy. Lots of sleepless nights, lots of, I don't know what to do, trying to figure out how to right size the business and all of those things. And as of today, the Lemon Nation is at 750,000, 750,000 strong, 750,000 people, our people who really come together for every stream, every conversation, every hard headline and good laugh. And look, we held an event. If you go back and show that, we held an event with a lot of the people showed up. Look at the support. Now look at that picture, just makes me want to cry, because in the beginning, D.L. Hughley came on as a guest, supported me from the very beginning. And all the people in the room said they supported me from the very beginning, that they were Lemonheads in Lemon Nation. How did we come up with that? I think it just made it up one day. Or maybe someone in the chat said something about Lemonheads. I don't remember, but we built it. We built something that I never experienced in my years inside the machine. And that was a connection. And for that, I am so grateful. And you know how we built it is that when we started at first, we were in a studio, and we're doing sort of, this really kind of shiny, glossy show. And I said, this is great, but I don't have a connection with an audience or a community. And I'm going to sit in my living room, my home every single day at 5 o'clock, live at 5 o'clock, and build a community. And we did it. This Lemon Drop is brought to you by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. It is summertime, lots of campfires, lots of late night conversations. Everybody's going to be sharing their story. But lately, one group is trying to control the whole story, claiming that the U.S. was founded as a Christian nation and pushing their religion into classrooms, into courtrooms, and even into your doctor's office. In Arizona, voters there just protected abortion rights in the state constitution, but politicians are trying to undermine it anyway. Texas is pushing bills to force the 10 Commandments into every public classroom. Seriously, they're trying to do that. And in Congress, a bill just passed to strip Medicaid coverage for gender-affirming care for all ages. This isn't about personal beliefs. This is about power. And it's all happening under the banner of Christian nationalism. That's where the Freedom from Religion Foundation comes in. They have been defending church-state separation since 1978. They've been doing it in the courts. They've been doing it in schools and wherever religion tries to take the wheel. So if you believe that government should serve everyone and not just the religious right, make sure you join them. Go to ffrf.us/freedom, or you can text my name to 511-511 and become a member today. So join them. Go to ffrf.us/freedom or text Don, D-O-N, to 511-511 now, because the only story that should run this country is ours and not theirs. Text fees may apply. It's been one hell of a year and a half, and I've gone toe-to-toe with Elon Musk, as you saw, very contentious, very public. I published a book, you guys know, on religion. I hit the road and I crisscrossed the country on the campaign trail and kind of predicted that Donald Trump was going to win, much to the dismay of my progressive, never Trump or liberal friends. I covered wars in the Middle East and, yes, Diddy's baby oil. And in that time, here's what I've learned. First, authenticity matters more than anything. People want you to be authentic. They will accept almost anything except for someone who is fake. But people aren't stupid. The audience knows. Authenticity is key more than anything. In the old newsroom culture, you're taught to polish yourself down to the perfect edge, to perform objectively, or the illusion of objectivity. But people don't want illusions anymore. They don't want a false mask of neutrality. They want honesty. They want you. So because authenticity is the only currency that buys real trust. Second, you can break the news without breaking yourself. I always say you can break the news without breaking yourself. And also I tell people you can be informed without being inundated. Look at all those people with the Lemon Live and the Team Lemon and Lemon Nation t-shirts and merch over the last year and a half, and still 750,000 strong. We can cover serious stories. We can cover indictments. We can cover disasters, even wars, without turning into soulless robots behind a teleprompter. Humor does matter. It matters. Humanity matters. And if I can tell a story, a tough story, and still make you laugh or feel something, then I've done my job better than if I had just read the headlines, like much of what I was doing when I was in cable news, just reading the headlines, a one-way conversation, reading the headlines. If you come up and this is, now let me just tell you something. I'm going to share this is something that was really personal that I made sure that I put in here. Something personal, something really real. Okay. So if you know, I mean, you probably at your company, you have the same thing, but especially if you come up through legacy media, they drill into you that you're no bigger than the brand. You're never going to be bigger than the brand. You're no bigger than the brand. The news is a star. You're never. Okay, fine. You hear it so often that you start to believe it. And sure, you guys know on paper, anyone can be replaced on paper, but you cannot replace talent. Talent cannot be replaced. Talent cannot be reproduced. What you offer, what one person offers, what you offer is no one else can offer that. No other person can offer that. And wherever it is that you were, if you are a talented person, then the next person is not going to be the same. They're not going to fill that role the same as you. They're not going to do it the way that you do it. And then in the end, many people are disappointed. And that's why I believe many news organizations are losing viewers. It's not just because people are tuning out or unplugging. It's because they're getting rid of the really talented people that people want to watch, flaws and all. So it is short-sighted, dangerously so, I think, to think otherwise. And talent cannot shine. It cannot grow in a place that wants to sand it down, that wants you to be bland, anodyne. Talent, the universe, God wants you to be yourself in its full capacity. And at some point, you have to bet on yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know your worth. And you can't let anyone, no matter how big the logo, convince you otherwise. And here's the beautiful thing. When you do bet on yourself, when you step out of the machine, you discover that people will cheer for you. People want you to succeed. Those ride or die people love an underdog. People love to see someone they trust get back up on their feet and fight. And in this past year and a half, what it has taught me, if it's taught me anything, is that the audience that I've been blessed to build is extraordinary. In this time when loneliness is its own kind of epidemic, when people are more connected than ever, but feel more isolated than ever, the Lemon Nation has become more than just a stream. It's more than a show. It's become a community, real friendship, real connection. And there are times when we do our private streams or even on the shows. Look at all the people in that crowd that came to see us. A year and a half. Wow. There are times when we are on the air or we are streaming and we're talking to people and it feels like group therapy. And people actually say, I'm so glad to be part of this community, because it's not just a news channel or a content channel. When I see people bonding in the comments, forming group chats, laughing, debating, calling out to me and my team, Nikki, Peter, and Andy, who've helped me to build this over the last year, ride or dies, that is really everything to me. So I may not show it all the time. People might think I'm a hard ass or whatever, but I'm really trying to build something here that is not just about me. There's a vision or dream that I have that people have agency and that they can come to and have a community. So we are living through chaotic times right now. The stakes are high, but I believe people don't just want to watch the news anymore. They want to feel something through it. They want to understand the world and each other and themselves just a little bit better. So to all the 750,000 plus of you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've shown me that being yourself, fully unapologetically, it's not a liability. It is a superpower. We're not just building a channel. We're building a movement, a community, one headline, one conversation, one honest moment at a time. And my friends, Lemon Nation, Lemonheads, we are just getting started. So come join the Lemon Nation. Support independent journalists. We're out here fighting for you, and we're fighting for our very lives to stay on these platforms and to help not just America, but the world be more informed. So thank you, Lemon Nation. I'll see you. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.